Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome to this week's altcoin update. First and foremost, remember, nothing discussed today is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is just for educational purposes only. And now we've got that out of the way, let's jump straight in. So, altcoin day. So today we're going to have a look at ETH. We're going to recap on PEPE and MONG and STX. And then by popular request, we're going to have a look at CAPO. So a lot of meme coins today. Obviously, if you guys want a coin covering, make sure you let us know it down in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like as well. Right, let's jump straight into it. So let's bring back some TA. And obviously this is what we'll be looking at with ETH. It's the same technical analysis we've had on the chart now for a few months. Obviously we've got the light blue range highs. We've got this parallel sloping channel, and obviously we've got the volume profile going on here. So what can we say from last time we looked at this? I think last time we looked at this, we were hovering around here. We've come back down. We've tested the old range high once. Had a nice bounce off it. We've come back. We've tested it again. We've had potentially a deviation back within. Now, was this a liquidity grab for more upside? It could be. It could be. That was your opportunity for a long if you are bullish on this. But right now, where we are, well, we're coming up back into this channel EQ. So for me, this isn't a long opportunity. However, if it does continue going up, again, we've got these highs to target first and foremost. For a potential liquidity sweep, come back up, grab the liquidity, come back down. And then again, we're just trading this little zone outside of the main range. Okay? Above that, if that doesn't cause any reaction at all, then we can be looking for the overall highs. Okay? The overall highs of the year. Now, what happens if we drop down? Again, it's the same TA. It's nothing different. If we do drop down, lose this range, come back down, then first and foremost, I'll be looking at this value area high. Now, once again, like I said before, this value area high isn't a massive area for me, but it could offer some support. If you do get a change in market structure down there, you could have a long opportunity there, back up towards your range highs. If it does continue going lower, though, then we've got, once again, the macro range EQ. We do obviously have this price action down here, so if it does come down here, I'd be looking to try and grab the liquidity below that. Again, it could time up with this channel low, grab that liquidity, change your market structure on a lower time frame, and then you potentially got a long opportunity. And then once again, you just trade in the top half of the range. If you don't get any reaction there and it goes straight through and you don't get any change, then let it drop down lower. Your strongest levels realistically within this are around this zone here, which is 1327, because we can see that from the volume profile, because that's where the bulk of the volume is. Below that, then you're looking down at the point of control. Okay, so they're the key levels to keep an eye on. But once again, you want to see what happens at these levels. Don't be in a rush. If price does come to any of these levels that we've talked about, don't be in a rush to enter a trade straight away. You know, even if it is a quick reaction, if you're zooming into like the 5-minute chart, you'll realize that you do actually have a lot of time to make a decision. So there's one thing where traders seem to go wrong. They seem to be so quick trying to grab wicks or enter as quickly as possible. But what you don't realize is when you're zooming into a lower time frame, you've actually got quite a bit of time to make a decision whether is it a good trade opportunity? Has it done what your system says to do? Has it give you your entry requirement? Yes or no? Okay. So ETH, again, no real update. You know, we're just hovering at the top of the range here. You know, if this does hold, then this potentially could be quite bullish. If we do lose this, then we're rotating back into the old range. Okay. Next one, PEPE. Played out beautifully. So obviously, going back a few weeks, we were talking when price was here, and we said the only way I'd be interested in this is if we do form a range here, come back down, and then just play the range. And in the end, you got that range play, and obviously you end up getting 375% out of it. Now, last week when we were making the video on this, given the update, we would have been, where are we? Tuesday here. So with this here, now I was saying at the time, again, you can go back and watch last week's video, then potentially we could say the first part of the correction was done because we did have one-to-one extension. However, I wasn't really interested in here because once again, we had no real structure created in this. So the only reason I'd be interested in this is if we come back into this range. So I was saying at the time, see what happens if it does come back down to this range high. Do you get a reaction or no reaction? Well, in the end, you ended up getting no reaction at all. Came back down, came back into the EQ of the range before another bounce to the upside. And where did it come to? It came back up to value area high. Okay. So what happens from here? Well, right now, I'm not interested in longing this because you're longing straight into your value area high. So you're longing straight into resistance. If we do start to roll over, once again, see what happens at these range highs. This time, does it hold? If it holds, change market structure to the upside, then you potentially got a long opportunity. And then initially, you're just playing this small range here, okay? Until one side gives way. Eventually, one side will give way, whether that's to the upside or the downside, and you let your winner run, okay? If not, if it gets acceptance back into here, then I'm looking back down, again, at these lows, liquidity sweep. So you could be looking back down at range lows or just a simple swing failure pattern to continue trading this range. Okay? Very simple, very simple. Again, where we are right now, no interest at all in trading this. No interest. I mean, to be fair, I've no interest in trading mem coins anyway. The other one that we looked at, MONG. Now, this played out pretty damn perfectly. Again, it's something... See people talk about mem coins a lot, and they say that, oh, they don't respect TA, you can't do TA on a mem coin. You can do TA on anything. And I'm sorry, it works. It works. TA works. If it's going to work, it's going to work on everything. Okay? Regardless of FOMO, regardless of anything else, TA still works. So what did we say last week? Well, last week, we were up here. Last Tuesday, which would have been here, we were saying we were just below the point of control. Not a place I'd be interested in longing. If we do get a rise to the upside, then I'll be looking to come into this cluster here. So we had a golden pocket here. Again, go back and watch last week's video. We had a golden pocket within this cluster here, just above it. Now, what happened? We came into this volume cluster. Then we got a significant rejection. Where did we come down? Like I said, we had a lot of unfinished business down here because I was banging on about this 40-odd% wick on the hourly chart. A load of unfinished business. So the only way I'd be interested in this is if we formed a range out of it. What did we do? Oh, look, we formed a range. We came down, we took the lows, and we formed a range, okay? So, again, you know, rather than FOMOing in here because your favourite influencer's saying it's going to the moon, you're going to 10x your portfolio, you're going to this, and that, rather than listening to those morons, you know, because if you did, let's be honest, even if you bought last Tuesday where we were saying not to, you'd have been down another, call it 60% for easy numbers. 60% down. So that means for price to get back to your entry, it needs to rise 103% to get back to your entry. And that's just to get back to break even. Okay, and this is what people don't understand. They say, oh yeah, I'll just chuck $500 into this mem coin and, you know, I'm going to 10x it and I'm going to become rich overnight. It's gambling. That is gambling. Okay? And that's the problem with the crypto space. It's a huge gambling community within it. Okay? Influencers that are telling you to ape in something, it's because either A, they need to unload their bags into you buying. Okay? What do you think all this is? This is just influencers or big bag holders that are just unloading while they're saying MONG to the moon, MONG to the moon, MONG to the moon. They continuously sell, you continuously buy. Their bags are bigger than your bags, pushes price down. Okay? This is just gambling. But you can trade these coins if you understand TA. So if you understood TA and you'd have waited for this, and you'd have waited for this liquidity sweep, came back up, retested the lows, you had an entry there. So let's have a look at this. If you'd have played this like a non-gambling addict, let's go back onto linear. Below the lows, go up to the current highs. You'd have had a nearly 5 hour trade there. Nearly 5 hour trade. Which instantly, even just with a 5 hour trade, you'd have outperformed anyone that FOMO'd in all the way down here. Instantly, you've outperformed them. Okay? So this is what you've got to do when it comes to trading. You don't gamble. Because, hand on heart, how many of you can say this? Any of you that actually gamble with mem coins, hand on heart, how many times have you walked away with a significant profit and you've walked away and gone, I'm rich now? I can guarantee over 90% of you can't say that you've walked away with a profit because you've just aped in. It's the journey of any crypto trader. We're lured into this space by getting rich really quick. Okay? I was just as bad when I came into the space, 8, 9, 10 years ago? Okay? I was just as bad. You know, I'd watch YouTube videos, I'd listen to influencers, I'd buy whatever they told me to buy. In the end, I just kept reloading my account and reloading my account and reloading my account, and I ended up down a hell of a lot of money. And it wasn't until I sat there and studied and put the money that I was throwing at memcoins into education and learning and teaching myself and practicing how to trade, that then I became profitable. Okay? So gambling on crap like this is not going to get you rich. You're just going to reload your account and you're going to spend more money than you can afford to lose. Okay? Learn how to trade. If you do want to learn how to trade, come check out our website, spitfiretraders.com. Links down in the description. You got access to a free Discord here. There's so much alpha shared in our free Discord. It's unreal. You can learn for free most of the time. But obviously, if you do want to learn properly, then come check out our course. So that'll cost you, in the equivalent of USDT terms, that'll cost you $75. So you can throw $500 at a mem coin, and chances are you're going to lose it all because someone's just unloading the bags onto you. Or you can chuck $75 into education, invest in yourself, and understand how you can make plans like this and how you could have waited patiently and got a nice trade out of that in the end. Okay? What happens next? Well, where we are now, let's pull the volume profile right along. And this will give us a massive update, and we can see, look at this. So anyone that was smarter, look at this. Look where the point of control is. Exactly where the range lows are. So therefore, anyone that's smarter, we've got a lot of trading volume down here. Because people are smart and people waited. Okay? So, what happens from here? Didn't mean to go back that far. There we go. What happens from here? Okay? So first and foremost, where we are now, we're in no man's land because we're right now, we're between the EQ and between the range lows. Okay? And also at this EQ, we've got the value area high. And at these range lows, we've got the value area low and we've got the point of control. So right here, not interested in trading. If price comes down again, this point of control area, and we see a change in market structure to the upside, then you've got another long trigger. Okay? Again, you just continue in the range. If price from here goes to the upside, comes up into this EQ, changes market structures to the downside, you've got a short sell. Okay? If you are long from lower, and you've not taken profits yet, then I'm going to question why you've not taken profits yet. But if you do come up, then that'd be a take profit on longs and or look for shorts. Okay, you just trade in a range. You're trading a high time frame range. I mean, this range itself is quite large. It's over 400% range. Okay, it's a big range. It's a swing trading range. Okay, so you can play the extremities of the range, including the EQ, or you can zoom in and look at a lower time frame and play smaller moves within it. But bear in mind, it's in a liquid shitcoin. Okay, right. So that's that. STX, no real update on STX because STX did again what was expecting to happen. When we were doing the video last week, we were up here. Was it that one? This one now was here, hovering around at one of the out deviations of the range fib tool. And I'm saying right here, not really interested in trading because you've got resistance above, hovering on this first deviation. And what did we do in the end? If that's come out log, we'll drop back down. We're back now within macro range. So first things first, do we stay within macro range, keep market structure going on a bearish scenario, and then we're looking down? And if we are looking down, then we've got liquidity under here, and we've also got this range EQ here. But again, bear in mind, this was thin. This was a thin impulse up. Okay, so if that doesn't hold, okay, if that doesn't hold as a straightforward swing failure pattern of that to the upside, the change in market structure, then just let it drop lower. Okay, this does drop lower, then first and foremost looking at this value area high, then looking at this overall range low. So you got a zone here effectively where I'd be interested. Okay, that's STX. Right, finally, CAPO. It's hard to find a chart on this that's actually got any history on it because it's such a new coin. Again, another mem coin, another influencer trying to get rich overnight. As usual, throwing a volume profile. This actually reminds me very much of MONG. Again, just fueled by shilling. So you've got a low here, you got a high here. Look at that. We've got a range. Magic. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Simple bit of TA and it works. Right, so where we are now, we're hovering on this point of control. Okay, so therefore we've got a lot of volume around this this area. Now, I say a lot of volume, it's still a mem coin and it's still very liquid, so it's not really a lot of volume, but still. So round here, am I interested in taking a trade? No, because this is crowded. This is what happens within a point of control. This is crowded. So this is gamblers trading both direction. Okay. So you got no real edge in this zone here. So what I'll be waiting for then is I'll be waiting for a resolution of this. So if it does roll over to the downside, first and foremost, you've got this value area low to contend with. Okay. If this value area low region holds, look for a reaction, then you've got a long trigger. Okay. Your long trigger back up to the point of control. If it gets beyond the point of control, you're looking at the range EQ / value area high. Again, very similar to MONG. Okay. If that value area low doesn't hold, let it drop through, let it come back down to range lows. And again, same situation. Unfinished business down here. We've got liquidity down here. Grab that liquidity, come back up, and then see what happens. If you do get this, then you've got a long setup. Okay. Now, what happens if we just pump from here? Well, if we just pump from here, quite clearly, it's pretty obvious. We've got major resistance here. Value area high, range EQ. Okay, again, high time frame, range EQ. You get this, you got short trigger and or take profits on any longs that you might still be in. Okay, you get above this, then things start changing a little bit because up here is thin. We can see this, it's very thin. Okay, very thin. So if you get above this, then you've got a chance to run higher. In that case, you'd be then targeting each one of these as liquidity. Okay, that's what my eyes would be on. So come up, grab liquidity. Does it get the change of market structure? Do you get the reaction that you're looking for? You've got potentially a short setup. Okay, does it go up to the next one? Bear in mind, this whole zone is of interest. Okay, so you're looking then for that change of market structure. You're looking for a sign of weakness to bring it back down. Okay, just level to level. If it does get above this, and it continues up, then yeah, you can be looking for overall range highs. Okay, if it does get up to overall range highs, does that mean it's going to go to the moon and it's going to go to whatever stupid price targets everyone's shilling? No, it doesn't. You know, you could just get another deviation out of the range and continue trading the range. The whole market's in a range-bound environment. What makes you think that your mem coin that you've put all your life savings into is any different to any of the others? Okay, once again, gambling versus technical analysis, very big difference. One comes out on top, one loses significantly. Okay, so that's it. So you got quite clear defined levels within this. Right now, no man's land. Not interested in that at all. Okay, right, that'll do. Obviously, if you've enjoyed today's video and you've learned something, then smash that like button and let us know down in the comments. Let us know what coins you want covering next week in the comments below. And if you've not subscribed, then why not? Consider subscribing. All right, guys, as you were. Bye-bye.